The Endurance E-Racing World Championship 24 Hours of Matsusaka is powered by ESR Esports Network, Xilinx, Elite Gaming, SimLab, Husingfeld, Simplexity, Global Connect, and Sport Extra.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Andy Kurtzen and Jannik from DIS Sim Racing, the EEWC team that have also won 2 back-to-back races in the GT3 class. I see a couple of grimaces there, but Andy and Jannik, it has been good wins, and you guys are looking on fire right now.
Yeah, I think things are turning out quite well. We didn't expect that, that's for sure. I think coming into the race at Sebring, we were just glad for a third place would be great.
A podium would be very good.
So I think even a top 5 we're probably pleased with. So having up and winning at Sebring, a grandstand finish, what was it, 4 seconds ahead of the second car in the GT3 class. So we're pumped, but also. Winning back-to-back means that all eyes are on us. So yeah.
And now, you guys mentioned before we did start this interview that you guys have a very interesting background regarding engineering.
Yeah, we are both engineers. We work at a engineering consultancy firm, so a house full of engineers basically. Not within motorsport actually. So. A lot of the guys here have a passion for motorsport in some way or another, but we don't really work with it. We have a cultural project, we call it, where we actually are building a race car, but most of our daily work are within other areas. So, I don't know, but...
Yeah, I think a lot of our kind of like our profile as a company is rolled around young engineers.
Yeah.
And I guess having this special culture around having racing and sim racing is turning out to be part of that. We have these culture projects. It's kind of like a thing you do after hours, and you sit down and we build a motion rig from scratch. What was 5, even more, 8 years ago, I think, where our sponsor, or main sponsor for the sim racing team, they gave all the components, and then we laid in the hours to build this motion rig. So we have this atmosphere that you can sit down if you have a tough day, and you can head down to one of the rigs and do a bit of sim racing. And it's mostly a shout out to our 2 CEOs, Mike Gelber and Søren Bunk, who has this passion for motorsports. So they have all sorts of cars, Porsches, the Viper, Ariel Atom, I believe, as well. So yeah. I think a lot of fun stuff going around here.
Are they quick? Are they quick in the sim rig though?
No, and I know I'm gonna hear for that when he sees this.
But they are quite interested in it. It's quite fun to sit at the office doing a normal work day, and then they just pop their head in and say, "When is the next race? Are you still leading?" They're very, very excited about this. Almost more excited than we actually are. It's great. It's really great.
And of course, you did mention that there is a bit of a motorsport atmosphere where you work. Do the links for the stream? Do they fly around? Do they monitor your progress during the endurance races, and occasionally, peek in, just check how you're doing? Maybe give you a glass of water or something like that.
Yeah, but both the CEOs have actually offered bringing food and stuff like that during the races to help us in any way they can. And generally, colleagues are interested in it, want to know when the races are. They want us to share links so they can follow the race. Maybe they're not seeing the full 12 or 24 hours, but they're definitely catching up. And after the weekend, then they are also very interested to hear how it goes and saying good job or whatever. So,
and I think endurance racing it plays so well into our hands, right? Because we have offices all the way around the world. So especially our US office, they're quite good at peeping in and say hi in the stream and following along. Actually, there's one sitting over there who was driving at Le Mans last time we were there.
Awesome. Now, Jannik, you and Andy, you seem to have a very nice dynamic going on. You seem almost, best buds, perfect teammates, work in the same company, everything. So I'm gonna try to ruin that a bit. I need to make the championship exciting for all of our viewers. We can't have you winning every race. So, first of all, I'm just gonna sow in the seeds of destruction. Which one of you two are the quicker driver?
I would love to say me, but it's probably him.
It is.
I think, there's no debate. Andy he's great and talented and all that. We do go-karting as well. Even though he probably weighs 20 or 30 kilos less than me, I can't use that as an excuse in sim racing. Unfortunately, if I could, I would.
I'm also still faster than you in a go-kart if I put ballast in. So
I shouldn't have said that.
I think if next time when we do have our live events in Denmark, I think we just need to get a video of you two go-karting just to catch that as well.
That would be nice. That would be fun.
I might have to join you as well. Is it how close is it though in the sim rig? How many tenths are we talking about?
That depends.
I think we should talk about Suzuka because it's not as one-sided as it was.
To give a bit of a background, I've been driving a lot more than Jannik, to be fair. So in the beginning, the gap was bigger than it is right now. So we had a practice session on Saturday, I think, and the gap was actually down to 0.15 of a second. So 1.5 tenths at the moment.
At the moment. But I think to be fair to your questions, mostly it's around a second on a 2-minute track. I'm slower. So a lot of my focus when we are sim racing is to Andy is both fast and consistent, but what I have to make sure is that we keep up the consistency. So I have to, of course, just do stale rounds, do make sure that we don't get any cut tracks or damages to the car, because that a lot of time when we especially talking endurance racing, and you of course know for sure, but it's the effective time that you're using, right? So it's better to drive 2 or 3 tenths of your actual race pace if you're able to keep the car on track and not get any cut tracks.
Final question, which kind of ties into who is quicker. While Andy's quicker over 1 lap, is he the one who determines the setup as a result? Does all of that kind of information just go to making sure that Andy's fully comfortable, or is it more of a dynamic between the two of you to make sure you're equally comfortable in the car?
A mixture in some way. I'm the one doing the setup, so mostly I define how I would like the setup, but of course it is a dynamic way of doing it, that we talk to each other, we drive together, we ping pong back and forth saying, well, it would be nice to have a bit more front end grip here or something. So we definitely try to find a compromise, but also sometimes I maybe just try to teach Jannik how to drive the car the way I'm driving it or want to drive it. But our driving styles are pretty similar in many ways. So it's not the biggest problem, I would say.
I think a lot of ours we put a lot of effort into the strategic point, right? So we want to be fastest around the track, of course, but we're having a lot of focus on being the strategic point of view, right? And we test pretty much everything down to low fuel, a lot of stints. We do pardon my French, a shitload of long runs to make sure that our setup and our way of driving the car is the fastest for us, right? And that pays out because we have, at least for the couple races that we've seen so far, we've always had this bit of a different tactic compared to the competitors. Yeah, let's see if we can figure something out for Matsusaka or Susaka
Yeah, but
for the
also,
coming up race.
yeah, for the Nürburgring race, I think we tried somewhere between 5 and 10 different race strategies where we just tested the long runs, collected the data, put it all in a big Excel spreadsheet, and yeah, basically looked at a graph saying this is the fastest one. And it wasn't actually the same strategy for both of us. So that was kind of interesting to put it all together and see what would actually benefit us both to do for the full 12 hours. And it was actually quite surprising. It was a strategy that we didn't believe in the beginning. So quite interesting and very fun, I think, as an engineer.
And finally, looking to the future of you guys in the EEWC, you've got Matsusuka or Suzuka next, followed by Le Mans. And if I remember correctly, you both love Suzuka.
Yeah, I think we got high hopes for Suzuka. It's such a fun track. Some of the best corners all over the world, yeah, I think both of us kind of want it to be good. Also, because our win at Nürburgring was so definite. So I think we're confident, but we're looking back. Back I shouldn't say. We're looking to Rookie Masters. I think they got something up their sleeves as well. They're great guys and great races as well.
Well, thank you, Jannik and Andy, for joining me. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and best of luck in the remainder of the EEWC Championship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Endurance E-Racing World Championship 24 Hours of Matsusaka is powered by ESR Esports Network, Xilinx, Elite Gaming, SimLab, Husingfeld, Simplexity, Global Connect, and Sport Extra.